to another episode, everyone. So, a gang member says that blacks essentially are deathly afraid of Latinos. He's doubling down. His name is Snoopy Badass. He's a blood member. Now, he said this before, and he received some backlash. In fact, a lot of backlash. And so they had him back on the show to explain his comments, and essentially he doubled down. Now, I didn't cover it at first when he first said this a few weeks ago, because I didn't want to cover it for different reasons. But I don't want to run from the conversation just because it may be uncomfortable, or he may be saying some things that I don't agree with or other people don't agree with. We're going to have a conversation. We can have a conversation. Let's get into it.
Hey, what's up, man? So today I got something super special for y'all, man. I got Snoopy Badass back on the platform after his explosive interview we just did recently, man. So Snoopy, what's up, man?
Man, what's up, Witty? What's up with it, homie? These sorry for cussing. Forget these dudes, Witty.
It's all good, man. Yo, you made a huge impact in our last interview, and so many blogs picked up clips of the interview. I had to bring you back to, man, talk about some of these topics and delve a little bit deeper into the things that we discussed.
Yeah, what's up with it, man? What you want to know? Let's do it.
All right, first off, a lot of people were upset about your opinion, or I should say everybody was mad about your opinion about you saying that the blacks in Southern California are scared of the Mexicans, man. Now, when you saw the reaction to that opinion, and you saw a whole bunch of there was different pages that, like the food, I don't even want to say the food community, but different.
Yeah, it was Food Community, Hot Wheeler. Shout out there, man. Anybody that supports Snoopy Badass, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm always have love for you. I'm always fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of people be haters on me. They feel me, they see it in me, but they don't want to promote me. They want to try to bury me and act like they don't see me. So all the people that reposted me, homie, I appreciate y'all, homie. And if y'all need some interviews, y'all want to tap in, y'all know how to contact me. You feel me?
Yeah, now a lot of those pages reposted that clip specifically of you chastising, black gangbangers for pretty much being scared of Mexicans out there. And, in the comment sections I was reading, it was a mixed reaction. You had some people who had been locked up before saying it's not like that. They're not scared of anybody. Then you have some people saying that it is like that, and that they run it, especially people from the Hispanic community saying they do run it and that blacks aren't scared of them. Snoopy Badass, do you want to go ahead and, double down or talk about a little bit?
Man, look, but that's black people for you. You know what I'm saying? They can't face the truth. And what people got to understand is, until we face the truth, till we look in the mirror and see what's going on, we ain't gonna never fix this. You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem and something wrong with yourself, you feel me, and you don't acknowledge that this is a problem or this is a weakness, you're never gonna fix it, bro. You know what I'm saying? How you think people that get in the gym that work out with what they work on their weak points. You know what I'm saying? I say all the blacks, they always want to just focus on the strong points, Focus on your weak points. And a weak point is that we have to face until we can get over it is that blacks are scared of Hispanics. In the story. The proof is right there in the pudding. Look. An essay can move in any one of y'all hoods and create a gang. Compton is not that big, bro. Compton is not that big. It ain't. If everybody in Compton and all these gangs was in LA, these black gangs was so tough, then why is y'all sharing y'all hood with a Hispanic gang then that don't even like y'all, that put NKs on the wall? And I'm speaking to the ones that beef with prejudiced, racist Hispanic, racist than y'all's. Why is they still in y'all hood? If y'all so tough, y'all so gun-ho, why is them dudes still there? Y'all can't even get the essays out y'all hoods. But soon as a black family move over there, y'all want to harass him. Like I said, blacks ain't scared of nobody. Feel me? Blacks are scared of everybody except each other. Because they look at each other and they see within the other black what's in them. They know not to be scared of each other. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't care about how they feel about that. It's the truth. And until y'all acknowledge that, LA gonna continue to be Mexico. Dead homies. Nigga, you don't see nothing but the corn man.
Comments. Me personally, I disagree. I believe that, many blacks are just more, not as structured and not organized, bro. That's it. We're just so fractured, and this causes dissension within naturally. And since we can't never get on the same page, we can never come together uh, in unison and take care of business, except when something happens. But many black gangs have been beefing with Serrano gangs. The Hoovers have been beefing with the Serrano gang for decades. There's never been a peace treaty, and it's been war and death back and forth for decades. And many gangs have been doing the same thing. And yes, a black move into a neighborhood, a gang infested neighborhood, yes, they're going to approach that black and ask them where they're from and this and that because the gang beefs with another black gang. The gang, whatever gang neighborhood that is, their beef, more than likely, is with another black gang. It's not with the KKK, as it probably should be, but this is just not what it is. It's not with a Serrano gang. A few black gangs in LA beef with Mexican gangs, but only a few. Some of them ended up having peace treaties. So if you're a black person and you move into a black neighborhood and that neighborhood is gang infested, then naturally they're going to hit you up, hey bro, where you from, or harass you or whatever. Not naturally, not saying that it's right, it's not right, but I'm saying that goes along with the program because these dudes are gang members, and if they're Bloods, they're one of you a Crip. If they're Crip, they're one of you a Blood. If you're a Mexican, they're not worried about where you're from. You know what I mean? But this is, again, not to justify it, because, some of the things he's saying make sense. And, I can't sit here and disagree with him on some of this stuff. As I've said before, I say some of this stuff, that black people are not standing up correctly or, only against each other, that we're so quick to want to harm one another, so quick, but no one else unless something happens. And there's a reason for that, And I don't want to start trying to justify that or make excuses for it. At the end of the day, we just must do better. We have to do better because it's not a good look anywhere around the world. Not just what he's saying. He's one person, one individual, and this is his opinion. But around the world, they carry the same sentiment, really. And the respect for the black man over the past few decades has dissipated worldwide because of all of the internal fighting, all of the internal killing. They say, how can we respect these individuals if they hate themselves so much and they kill each other the rate that they do? It's something that needs to be put on the table and dealt with and quickly. And you can't fight it with, messing around and trying to be nice. You have to fight fire with fire. Let's continue.
In all y'all hoods, bro. And this ain't no disrespect to the core man or the Hispanic race, but the truth is the truth. They took that. They took LA, bro. They took it. Most of you dudes, and I'm gonna speak to you OGs out there, you OG Bloods, you OG Crips. Most of the houses that y'all grew up in is occupied by Mexicans now. Because y'all don't have no sense of family, bro. Y'all don't have no sense of thinking for the next generation. See, the Hispanics, they think for this generation and the next generation. Because if y'all was thinking for this generation, when your grandmas and your mamas and all them, when they died, y'all wouldn't have sold their house and moved to Victorville to pay cheaper rent and to pocket the rest of the money. Y'all wasn't even thinking about y'all cousins or y'all kids or y'all great grandkids coming up and saying, you know what? We're going to keep this house in the family. Y'all didn't even think that. Y'all thought for yourselves and y'all kids. Y'all didn't care about your cousins. Y'all didn't care about your other siblings or your other cousin that's in jail with 20 years. He gonna get out with nowhere to go. You sold the house. You sold your grandmother or your mother or your father's or your great grandmother house in Compton, in LA, in Watts, in Long Beach, so you could move to the IE or to move out of state. That's a big reason why the head essays took over. But not Maria, not Jose. They keeping this house in the family, and they're gonna keep passing it down and passing it down and passing it down and passing it down. And if Pablo just came across the border, he don't got nowhere to go. Guess what? He can have our garage, or we'll put a trailer in the backyard for him, or him and his whole family could come live with me and my whole family. They took over LA. Y'all look at the essays. Feel me? They smarter than us, and they smarter than us. All the blacks are scared of him, or scared of them, and they outsmarted the whole black culture in LA. And I don't care what nobody say. If you want to get a job, you got to go through a Hispanic in LA. I don't care what tip agency or whatever you think you going through. And this is just the truth of it, bro. Feel me? Blacks are scared of Hispanics, bro. And the Hispanics done outsmarted us. That's why LA is they shit. I don't even understand why these dudes still be claiming these hoods, bro. Most of y'all hoods is Mexico. Y'all houses y'all grew up in, is occupied by Hispanics. They beat us, bro. Until we realize that and acknowledge the fact that, man, our people scared of them, or they really outsmarted our people. Until we acknowledge that, we ain't gonna be able to fix nothing in LA. It's gonna continue going the way it's going. Black people need to give each other the same respect and the same love they give each.
So again, my story is just going to remain the same apparently throughout this video, which is just that blacks are not afraid of Hispanics or anyone else, or gang members are not afraid of Hispanics. You just focus on other black gangs, bro. That's it. This is where their focus is at. Black people are not racist. They don't grow up being racist for the most part, generally speaking. Of course, you have some that are this, that are, of course, every group does, every ethnicity does. Generally speaking, black people embrace everyone. So naturally, they're going to embrace Hispanics when they come to the neighborhood or whatever. They embrace white people, whatever, and then fight with each other, not out of fear of someone else, but just because this is what we've been trained to do. We believe that the other black man is our opposition, is our enemy. And we act this out in real time every day. The focus simply is not on any other group or any other ethnicity. That's it. The focus is not on them, and we've always been fractured and unable, apparently, to come together in any real way, in unison. History teaches us this, but this trend is changing, I believe, and it's going to change, and we of course come together when necessary, but it's always necessary. In this environment, it is always necessary. But blacks are not afraid. You may have some individual blacks who may be afraid of anyone, afraid of everyone. They're afraid of other blacks. I mean, these individuals are just afraid. But as a whole, there have been many wars, many beefs, and blacks have stood up and held their own. They're not afraid. As far as them moving into the neighborhood again, black people let everyone come into their neighborhood. Chinese, Asians, they own all the liquor stores, all the beauty supplies, all the nail shops, all of that. Are black people afraid of them too? Are they afraid of Koreans and Asians? How come they let them come in the liquor store and or coming into the neighborhood and own all of the property in the neighborhood, all of the liquor stores and all of that? How come they let that? Because they're afraid? No, just because we don't have that unity and that unison and don't know how to fucking stick together and keep people out and close shop and say, this is us, y'all don't even like us, stay out of here, stay away from us. Or are we going to come together and do this, that, and the other, and don't talk about it, but then just do it? But I don't think fear comes into the equation. But I get what he's trying to say. If I'm being honest, I get what he's saying, bro. And I'm sure all of you do too.
Hispanics walking around LA. You know what kills me, bro? And this is another where you could tell that the blacks are scared of Hispanics. What I want everybody that's looking at this interview to do, I want you to, when you driving up Fig, when you driving down Manchester, when you rolling through Inglewood, when you rolling through South Central, when you rolling through Compton, I want everybody to take notice of something. The Hispanic kids, they can go jog up Rosecrans. They got to get ready for the track team. They can go walk to the store with each other. Ain't got no problems. Jose can go sell his oranges at the corner of the freeway. Can set up a whole taco watermelon stand all outside, and nothing happens to him. Nothing happens to him, bro. Hispanic kids can be kids in Compton and Inglewood. They can be regular people. They can treat South Central and LA and Compton like the suburbs, Whitty. They can.
You cooking.
They can treat it like the suburbs. A Hispanic, a white person, they can treat South Central, Compton, Watts, all that like the suburbs. They can go jog up Imperial. Nobody's going to say anything to them. But let a black person, a black child, a black teen try to jog up Rosecrans or Avalon or Long Beach Boulevard or Manchester or Inglewood, anywhere. He gonna be getting banged on and harassed. And it ain't even gonna be by Hispanics. It's gonna be by his own people.
Well, to be fair, Snoopy is gonna get banged on by everybody.
But he's more worried about his own people.
True. Like there's a clip that's going viral right now and it's
but that's just gangbanging. That's gangbanging, bro. You know, I don't think that you can make the argument that it's self-hatred, of course, but you can also just make the argument that that's just gangbanging. Again, if you're a black gang and you beef with another black gang, one of your beefs are with black people or black gangs, or this is what you believe, this is what you've been taught, then naturally when you see another black person, yeah, you're going to approach, hey, where you from, homie? Well, who? Because this is what you do. You're a gang member. And you think he's your enemy, or you're trying to see if he's your so-called enemy, or what have you, you know. But again, get what he's saying. Yeah, of course, many people have said the same thing, that because at the end of the day, it's not right that a black man, I've said this multiple times, that I can't even go to a black man or to a black neighborhood and be embraced. I have to be worried. The biggest threat to my life and yours is another black man. And that's unfortunate, and that needs to change, and it needs to change quickly. And I'm not going to sit here and just call this man out and disagree with everything that he's saying and try to defend myself or defend gang members or defend black people, because because what he's saying is true in some sense, and it makes sense in some senses. I just think that his reasoning for this is wrong. That his reasoning for believing why a black man can't move into a black neighborhood and not be harassed is out of fear of another group, because they can. No, or a black man can't jog up the street, but they can. No, it's because we've been so indoctrinated to believe that one another, we are each other's worst enemy, and with this nonsensical gang culture going on, then you're going to approach another black man and try to get stripes off of him. But it's not out of fear of anyone else. But in the same sense, you can understand what he's saying, because the Hispanics, when some of them wars were going on, what he's saying is that they shouldn't even be able to come up and down in neighborhoods like that. They should be targeted the same way that a black man would be targeted. And they are not, which leads him to believe that black gang members or what have you are in fear. Again, I just believe that black gang members are just fractured, have no unity, have no unison. And a lot of it, and some of it is self-hatred. And, Uh, some of it is fear, but a lot of it is just lack of organization and a lack of structure, bro. A lack of unity. That's it. You know. But again, I can't just disavow everything that he's saying and say, no, he's just making all of this up. He's just doing this for content or this and that. No, because he's trying to back it up with facts. He's making common sense. And at the end of the day, it should not be like that. Yes, Hispanics and whites and everyone else should be able to jog up and down the neighborhood in any neighborhood. But so should I. I should be able to jog in any fucking neighborhood. But just the thought of that, it's going to put some people back. No, boy, you better not jog over there. You better not get caught over there. You better. Why? That's what I said before. I can't be amongst my own people. I should better go to any neighborhood, any black neighborhood, and be embraced, hugged. What's up, brother? How you doing? What's up, bro? We fighting for each other. We out here dying for each other, trying to get freedom. But I can't come and embrace you or be embraced by you. I got to come and be watching my back if I'm walking down a certain street. Or I can't even walk down that street. But Adam 22 can. That, you know, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, bro. Sorry, it doesn't look good.
An older clip, I think it's from like last year or something, where a kid is running down the street. And some guys, I guess they were from the 60s or whatever they was from. You know what I mean? That's regardless. Like, he's running down the street as a kid, and they like, oh no, where you from? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, man, I don't even gangbang. And that got me upset because I'm thinking, if you don't gangbang,
What color was
there's
they?
no reason in the world anybody should be on you,
what
pressing
color
you,
was
and
they?
you shouldn't be allowed to live your life.
What color was they?
They was black.
You know what I'm talking about? But what I'm telling you is, yeah, there is some racial tension where we have to worry about some Hispanics, but we're not talking about gangbangers. Right? I'm not talking about gang. I'm talking about a regular Hispanic person, or they can jog up LA, they can walk to the store, they ain't got to worry about no problems. I drive around LA all day, and all you see is Hispanic kids, teens, or older people selling something, just all out in the streets without a worry in the world. Why black people can't do that? Because they work, like, even if a black person don't gangbang, he's gonna get harassed by other blacks. Where you from, homie? Hey, where you at? You know where you at? Who you be? You're gonna get like, bro, I hate these dudes, Whitty. I don't like none of you dudes, bro. We can't even enjoy our city.
That's true, bro. Because I just saw something the other day somewhere on Instagram or something, may even been on YouTube, where a dude had pulled up to the park. I don't want to just put anybody's gun in it. Be mistaken, but I believe it was the Harlems. I think it was in the park on 39th or something. And park, you know what? See, may have been a VNG's. May have been over there at Van Ness Park. What happened? He was at a park, black dude, sitting in his car. Some of you may have seen that. And he was just chilling. He was, I believe he was live on TikTok or Facebook or something. And, he was just sitting there chilling on his phone. Young dude, 24, 25 years old. Didn't look like a gang member or nothing to me, And dude, he was approached while he was sitting in his car. And you couldn't see the dudes that approached him. You could just hear their voice saying, hey, where you from? Who? He like, man, I don't bang. Basically acting like, you know where you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, yeah, I don't bang. Like, yeah, man, you can't be here. Like, I can't be right here or whatever. Like, nah, man, you gotta get up out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You over here in the whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? Well, and he like, dang, all right. You know what I'm saying? You can see he was a little nervous and all. He like, no, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, he talking to the phone like, damn, man. Because like I say, he live or whatever on Facebook, TikTok. He like, damn, man. He just pressed me, told me I got to get up out of here. I'm gone, man. I'm start my shit and get up out of here, man. I didn't play that shit on the channel because I was embarrassed by it. I was embarrassed by it. If I'm being honest, I was like, damn, man. Yeah, bro, jeez, brother just sitting right there chilling. He can't chill he at the park. This is a public park. He can't be at the park. Everybody else can. Everybody else out there on swings and shit. He can't sit in the park and twist his little blunt and chill on his little live and TikTok and all that amongst his own people. If y'all over there barbecuing, how about coming to the car and say, what's up, bro? Come over here with us. That just sounds outrageous, huh? Instead, it's where you from. You got to get out of here until we need them. When these other motherfucking people get on us and we need each other, then you're asking how come he ain't got your back. He can't come over here and feel comfortable and safe amongst his own people. Damn. Everybody at the park chilling. I can't come chill with my own people. We all in this same fight together against a corrupt system that hates us. And we got to hate each other. It was crazy, bro. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to be disagreeing with what he's saying, man. You know.
To you dudes that talk about, oh, I love Compton. I'm from Compton. Shut up. You don't even own nothing in Compton, bro. The essays run it, bro. The essays own that, bro. All you gangbangers, some well, we be in the hood, they'll run. Bro, you are loiterers. Stop loitering in that neighborhood, bro. Just because it got some real gang history that don't even exist anymore, bro. See, what I notice is niggas use these gangs as energy sources and to make themselves feel important. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the area got history, the whole gang name got history, and they want to feel important. They want to feel a part of that legacy. So they think just being there every day is going to make them feel a part of that. But my nigga, what you got to understand is what made the hood was because you lived there. What made the hood's because, you know what I'm saying? Because that was your block. That's where you and your friends and everybody kicked it at, and y'all have to keep it safe. They're like, the illusion that y'all holding on to don't even exist anymore, bro. Get about them people neighborhood that pays taxes and pay rent up over there and go find something to do with yourself, my
John, you're correct.
I'm just saying though, bro. And I'm talking to all you gangbangers. Just because you can go to a hood you don't even live in. These niggas talking about, I love the hood. Don't disrespect the hood. Half you niggas don't even live there, bro. Everybody that's got on the internet and said Snoopy Badass ain't good in LA and Snoopy Badass can't come back to Compton don't even live there, bro. Don't own nothing there, bro.
Now, Snoopy, I got to cut in here because you did make a decision.
It still doesn't answer the question. So whether or not you can come in there or not, I don't know. I'm not gonna get that. People were saying some stuff about him, some paperwork, and this. But Whack 100, I believe, some time ago on No Jumper about whether he was a snitch, and he admitted to getting on the stand and saying something or whatever. I've never gotten into all of that stuff, and I'm still not about to. But that's what he's referring to when he says people saying Snoopy Badass can't come back to LA or Compton or what have you. He said half them dudes don't live over there, wherever they live. If they live in Atlanta or Alaska, they saying you can't come back. I mean, I don't see what it has to do with anything, but I'm not gonna get in it.
Distinction, man, and I want to make sure I make this distinction again. When you were talking specifically about Southern California, LA gang politics.
Yes, I'm speaking about Southern California. I'm not speaking about, when I talk about the Black and Hispanic problems and blacks being scared of the Hispanics, I'm talking about nothing else but Southern California, mainly Los Angeles. I don't know what's going on in Northern California. I don't know. Only time I ever really been to Northern California is when I went to the pen. I was in prison up there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything about, you know what I'm saying? I've never in my life seen a Northaniel on the streets, bro. Only time I see a Northaniel today is on the internet or when I was going to the pen, I was seeing him in the pen. I've never seen a Bulldog or Northaniel or none of that on the streets. Never. Ever. So I don't know nothing about their politics.
Nah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, and you also bigged up. Well, another clip, a part of that clip that went viral was you bigging up, black people across the other side of the country, like say from Texas towards the East Coast, the South, where, there's a lot of black people, let's be honest.
Because they under like blacks in Philly on the East Coast and in the South, they understand their blackness, bro. These dudes in LA, they look at Crips and Bloods don't have no kind of like no kind of, how should I put it? Like, if you look at the Hispanics, right? You look at the Mexican mafia and you look at the Sodanos, they whole branding and logos and everything is attached to Aztec iconography or like Hispanic things. Like they represent the Mexico flag. You know what I'm saying? The Norteños and the Sodanos represent the Mexican flag. Feel me? You look at their tattoos, it's all Aztec warrior shit. It's like they really care about their race, bro. They mix their race with their gangbanging, bro. So it makes their gangbanging feel like give them something to really stand on and to believe in. Blacks don't have that. We not mixing African and our black culture with the Crip and Blood. Crip and Blood is where it stops with these dudes, bro. They don't mix none of our African heritage with this Crip and Blood. But the Hispanics, they mix their Hispanic heritage, the Aztec, the Mayan, all that shit is mixed within their gangbanging, bro. They bang their race. Sureño, S-U-R, Southern United Raza. Southern United Race, the race that's united in Southern California. I understand them very well, bro. And I see where the black people lacks at. You think a Crip or Blood give a about black and or Africa? You think a Crip or a Blood give a about them mother on the slave ship? A Crip in the Blood mind is so little, he can't think past the block, my nigga. He can't think past the section. That's gentrified. And most of these Crips and Bloods is holding on to a memory of that. That's the difference between the Hispanics and the blacks. There is no African heritage mixed with the Crip and Blood. It's just Crip and Blood. That's where it stop at. But that Serrano shit is layers to that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's layers to that shit. It's like born a Crip, die a Crip. Born a Crip, die a Blood. That's it. Your own. You don't get no reward for that. But the Hispanics, they get a reward for being a Serrano. If you put in enough work and you keep it solid, guess what? You get to be from the Mexican Mafia one day. And when you become the Mexican Mafia, guess what else comes? Guess what else perk that unlock? Guess what other features that unlock? You get to tax and gain and make money and be able to take care of your family. Damn, seems like being a Serrano is worth it. But being a black, these niggas, it ain't.
The pros and cons of all that. He used to have more structure organization, but he just said you get to tax a whole gang and feed your family. You taxing the people who try to feed their family. So, you can go be from another gang from the other side. They have their rules and stuff that some of them don't agree with, bro. At the end of the day. Someone say they taking money from the people, making their people pay taxes. Blacks always saying, I'll never do that, this and that. Some of it's because blacks just can't get in line with the right, with any sort of structure. There's a reason for that, but I'm not going to have that conversation right here. There's a reason for that, and it's being addressed behind the scenes. But, again, I don't disagree with everything that he's saying. I do disagree with blacks are afraid. I don't think it has anything to do with fear. It has to do with not being structured, not having organization, not having unison, and having some self-hate, and just believing that another black man is your enemy, and this is who your gang enemy is. So this is who you're going to confront. This is who you're going to approach. You're not going to go approach little freckle-faced Bobby. He's not a Blood. He's not a Hoover. He's not a Crip. So you've been taught that this is who your enemy is. The Hoover, the Crip, the Blood, the whatever, the GD. So this is who you're going to approach. Not because you fear little Bobby, but because You want to take care of business, what you believe is taking care of business with someone who looks like you, but not because you fear Bobby. I don't think my brothers fear little Bobby, freckle faced Bobby. I don't think they fear Bobby or whoever else.
It ain't no reward in being a Crip or a Blood. It's no reward in it. Hate authority. Hate falling in line. Shout out to the bloodlines in the United Blood Nation. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm shouting out the bloodline in the United Blood Nation. I see what y'all was trying to do. But these niggas, matter of fact, not only shout out the bloodline in the United, shout out the Blue Notes, shout out the CCO, shout out BL, shout out UBN. And I'm gonna say it's shout out that because I see what y'all was trying to do. It failed, but I see what y'all was trying to do. UBN was trying to be the Mexican mafia for the blood. So was BL. Blue Notes and CCO was trying to be like the Mexican mafia for the Crips. But it failed because niggas are scared of authority. I watch dudes all day say, oh, don't with that UBN. I watch active blood gang members. That's all the bloods that you hear say no cut, don't with the UBN or the BL. But they run around schmutting they little homies saying don't with the UBN, don't with the BL, right? And telling them, and the little homie will ask him, well, why don't we supposed to with the UBN or the BL? Because they'll have you whack your own homie. They'll have you do this, they'll have you do that. And put that in the little homie head. Now the little homie don't want to with it. But in reality, the nigga who told the little homie don't with the cut shit is the ass nigga. And he's the nigga who is the reason the blood car and the pyro car is now. I feel like what UBN was trying to do for the Bloods was a beautiful thing because he was trying to give structure and try to govern this bush. But niggas so scared of authority, they run from it. Like I said, the little man would kill the little homie, don't with it, niggas gonna stab you, but he wouldn't tell the little homie, you're only gonna get stabbed, you're only gonna get over if you do some bush. But I want to be able to do what I want to do with no repercussions and consequences. So I don't want to with it. And I don't want you to with it because I don't want them to see you on me one day. So don't with the UBN or BL. That's my observation of it. You get what I'm saying? Blacks is scared of authority now. I know homies that was up under UBN that they feel like they were selective politicked on.
CCO and Blue Notes and you confused on when she's talking about these. Man, I'm not gonna get too far into that myself. Actually, I'm surprised he's saying some of this stuff here, but this is just what it is now. But he's talking about basically gangs that started in prison. BL and UBNs for the Bloods, CCO, Blue Notes for the Crips. And he just explained it. They were basically organizations designed to bring structure, one for the Bloods, one for the Crips. And he's explaining why he feels like it failed. I wouldn't say that it failed. These are powerful individuals still. But again, I'm not going to get into that. But that's what he's referring to, just for the viewers who may know. What are you talking about? UBN, BL, CCO, and Blue Notes.
I just feel like that's all about the group of niggas you with, and it's probably a little tainted today. But I want to let my UBN niggas know I see what y'all was trying to do. And I'm not speaking for the new ones today, because I know within time, waters down and get tainted and niggas select the politic and it up. I'm speaking to the originals of the UBN and the BL and the CCO and the Blue Note. I see what y'all was trying to do. Y'all was trying to give something, but are so stupid and unorganized and want to be able to do and not suffer the consequences of the they do. It didn't work. I get it. I also understand that blacks can't agree on nothing. A nigga create the Crips. What a nigga do? No matter of fact, a nigga create the Brims. What a nigga do? He got to create the Crips. Don't want to fall in line with that. Create the Bloods. Create nigga want to try to order the Crips, try to organize the Crips. Oh, we gonna create CCO. Niggas didn't want to fall in line with that. Somebody had to come create Blue Notes. Then here we go with the Bloods. We're gonna create UBN to organize that everybody. Couldn't fall in line with that. We got BL. Can't agree on nothing.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Can't agree. But if you look at the Cisoreños, they got every goddamn gang in Southern California to go up under the Mexican mafia. Blown away. Could have never happened with. And they wonder why I say they smarter than us. Couldn't organize to save their motherfucking lives, Witty. Can't organize to save their life. Always trying to outdo each other. Tasha get a big ass house. Know her sister Tanya is motherfucking homeless. You think Tasha gonna let Tanya and her whole family come live with her and her husband? No. And if she do, it's gonna be some competition. Gonna be arguing over the dishes or who drunk, who juice, or who. You get what I'm saying? It's just black people. Black people.
All right. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I have a lot more to say, but I'm not even going to do it right now. I don't want to, again, this is him. This is not about me or how I feel. I've said some things, but this is about him. This is his opinion. I want to know what y'all feel about what he just said. You know, well, and again, I do get some of what he's saying, some of it. I just think it's sort of misguided, but I understand the gist of what he's saying. I do. And again, he's making perfect sense with a lot of it. I just think that the reasoning for some of these things that happens is he's wrong about that. The reason that it certainly happens, a black man moves into a black neighborhood, gets harassed. Black man jogging up the street. I just said this a couple weeks ago. And man, I can't go to a black neighborhood. I can't walk up the street, but Adam 22 can. And he gets harassed. But I just think that the reason that the black man jogging up the street will get harassed, as opposed to someone else, generally speaking, it's not out of fear. It's not because of fear. It's because we've been taught, particularly with this gang culture, that this is what we do. We press this dude. We press the enemies. We press the ops. And we don't see another group, another ethnicity as our ops. We see each other as each other's ops because of this gang culture. So yeah, you're going to be approached, unfortunately. But again, I'm not justifying it. I'm saying that should change. I've said that. I should be able to go to any park in any black neighborhood. I'm out here fighting for black people. I'm ready to give my life for black people. But I can't go I can't go to the park and sit down where black people at without being harassed, targeted, approached, hit up, asked to leave, all of this. Damn, then I'm gonna go around the corner and fight for you. You know, I mean, there's no excuse for it, bro. The shit needs to change. It does make us look bad everywhere around the world. People calling this shit out now. That's it. You can be mad at what he's saying, but start loving each other. That's it, bro. Let's start loving each other. And we got to worry about people saying this sort of stuff. Let's just start loving one another. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I want to go on so bad. I want to say a few things so bad, but this is his story, or this is his opinion. I want him to be able to speak. I don't want to overpower it, But we had a conversation. I'm gonna have to we're gonna get back into it. I don't want to go on for too long, but we'll get back into it. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Stay safe and stay free, people.